Alright, so starting next year, we are going to manufacture the Tesla Semi. You saw it. The 2025 Tesla annual shareholder meeting just gave us a look at the newly redesigned semi-truck. This is the existing Tesla Semi version, and this will be the new 2026 semi-truck. Elon Musk stressed that the Tesla Semi will be one of the 3 main products to enter volume production next year, bringing with it many significant changes. So, we have 3 massive products starting production next year. We've got Optimus, we've got the Tesla Semi, and we've got the Cybercab. Elon Musk revealed that the Semi has been upgraded to be more efficient, have a larger payload capacity, and is now fundamentally designed for autonomy. It's known that the new version includes a redesigned chassis, new headlights, and many other enhancements. The price of the Tesla Semi is also expected to fluctuate slightly. It will be lower. This is excellent news for truck drivers who have been eagerly awaiting this model. So, just how efficient will the new version truly be? Can Tesla actually achieve the goal of 50,000 trucks per year? And is this truck truly as smooth as the rumors suggest? Let's delve into it now. The Tesla Semi was initially introduced back in 2017, with deliveries commencing in 2022, and it has essentially remained in that same state ever since. The total number of semi-trucks manufactured so far is only around 250 units. Elon Musk himself has acknowledged that the current semis operating at Tesla, as well as those delivered to customers, are essentially prototypes. These were fundamentally test versions utilized to gather real-world feedback before the company transitions into producing a much more highly refined version. This is precisely why the semi-truck has practically maintained the same design since 2017. However, the time has come for it to be refreshed, to look more futuristic, and more importantly, to finally achieve autonomous capability. Yes, this is the world's first Class 8 truck that will be capable of hauling cargo in a fully autonomous state. While the Semi wasn't the primary focus of the recent shareholder event, Elon Musk did disclose a lot of crucial information about this model. He stated that the Semi refresh can be viewed as a comprehensive update with major changes and ambitious goals. Visually, there is absolutely no doubt that the most noticeable exterior upgrade is the front end. The new Tesla Semi now features headlights styled after the Model Y and Cybertruck. I'm not sure what your opinion is, but we actually really liked the headlights on the original Tesla Semi prototype. They looked like the truck's eyes, and the illumination was quite impressive. However, that certainly doesn't mean we are unhappy with the new design. The new headlights, which stretch across the front of the cabin, look more contemporary, more aerodynamic, and much sleek in design. Tesla has also outfitted the Semi with a new front bumper, while the roofline now boasts smoother and more gently rounded contours. And get this, the current Semi already has an incredibly low drag coefficient for a Class 8 truck, sitting at just 0.36. That astonishing figure is why it can accelerate from 0 to 60 mph in only 20 seconds. With the refreshed version, it will undoubtedly achieve an even lower drag coefficient. A figure of 0.34 is completely within reach. But please, don't think this is insignificant. You may not realize it, but even a minor 0.02 improvement in the drag coefficient can help reduce energy consumption by up to 5 to 7%. This means the total travel range could increase by tens of miles per charge. You know, most current diesel trucks have a drag coefficient ranging from 0.65 to 0.7. They consume far more energy, greatly reduce acceleration performance, and generate much more noticeable wind noise. With a drag coefficient that is only about half that of traditional diesel trucks, the Tesla Semi practically cuts through the wind on the highway with ease. What are your thoughts on the Semi's new light bar? Which set of headlights do you personally prefer? Getting back to the Semi's refreshed design, it's not just the headlights that have changed. The previously spacious windshield has also been significantly reduced in size. This might seem counterintuitive at first glance, but it is actually a massive step forward in terms of both aerodynamics and safety. In the very first version, the Tesla Semi featured an enormous windshield that offered a panoramic, almost cockpit-like view. But that colossal glass surface also created significant wind drag at high speeds. In the refresh, Tesla has refined the shape of the windshield, making it narrower but notably more curved. This design helps the airflow glide much more smoothly over the surface, reducing the formation of vortex points around the A-pillars. This not only effectively lowers the overall drag coefficient, but also helps improve cabin and battery cooling efficiency by reducing the amount of direct solar heat entering the vehicle. Tesla further stated that the upgraded Semi now supports a higher payload capacity, allowing fleets to transport even more cargo per trip. Currently, the maximum gross combined weight including the truck and cargo, permitted is 82,000 pounds. Being able to carry a larger payload inevitably means the weight of the Semi itself will be reduced. The current Semi is confirmed to weigh 23,000 pounds for the long-range version. We strongly believe they might achieve this weight reduction through a new battery pack, as Dan Priestley had previously hinted. Specifically, another very notable upgrade concerns the big rig's battery pack, as Tesla also confirmed the Semi will use 46 and 80 battery cells when it enters production, the exact same cell type as the Cybercab, which is slated to enter production in April 2026. Tesla is actively preparing to equip its next-generation semi-truck lineup with the most powerful and modern battery the company has ever developed, the HV battery, also widely known as the 4060-80 cell. The term HV battery stands for high voltage, and in this particular case, it is not just a technical figure, but also a symbol of a massive technological leap forward. The 46 and 80 cell offers an impressive energy density of up to 290 watt-hours per kilogram while simultaneously and significantly reducing production costs thanks to its breakthrough structural design. That is the immense power of the HV 460-80 cell. Although Dan Priestley confirmed that the Tesla Semi Gen 2 will be equipped with a smaller battery pack, that certainly does not mean performance is being sacrificed in any way. On the contrary, thanks to the aerodynamic efficiency improvement of up to 7%, the truck fully maintains its incredible operating range while simultaneously becoming lighter, more economical, and easier to operate overall. A dual benefit for both Tesla and the end users. In fact, the Tesla Semi's transition to using the 4060-80 battery cells was a move long predicted by industry experts, and it makes perfect sense. This battery type, once considered the secret weapon of the Cybertruck, is now appearing in the Semi, providing robust power, high performance, and superior cost efficiency, all core elements for a heavy-duty truck. Furthermore, producing the 4680 cells right at Gigafactory Nevada gives Tesla complete control over the supply chain, significantly shortening the assembly time and optimizing the integration process. The improvements don't end there. Tesla claims the energy consumption is reduced to 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile, which is a 15% improvement over the current semi-truck model. Combined with the 500-mile range, this update makes the new truck far more competitive against rivals from companies like Daimler and Volvo. The powertrain output remains at 800 kilowatts, but Tesla states that internal improvements like cooling software and thermal routing deliver more consistent performance even under heavy load. Another very significant upgrade is the charging capability. The new Semi supports a maximum power of 1.2 megawatts. This figure far exceeds the capacity of the current megacharger, and when paired with compatible infrastructure, it allows for significantly shorter charging stops. The payload capacity has also been increased, although Tesla did not disclose the exact amount of the increase publicly. When it was first launched, Tesla priced the Semi at $150,000 for the 300-mile version and $180,000 for the 500-mile version, with the limited Founders series starting at $200. However, these figures are now 8 years old, and Tesla has yet to announce new official pricing. So, what exactly will be the price of the new Semi? Of course, we cannot provide an exact figure, but according to the latest information shared by Dan Priestley, he wrote on XC, the new front end, besides having a new look, is packed with improvements more aerodynamic, simpler to build, easier to repair, leverages more components from car lineup for better scaled, lower cost. More technical details on these to come. Clearly, Tesla is strongly aiming for a significant reduction in production costs for the Semi Gen 2. The design improvements to the front end not only make the truck sleeker and help it cut smoothly through the wind, but also significantly simplify the manufacturing and maintenance processes, utilizing more shared components from other Tesla lineups like the Cybertruck or Model X. This provides a crucial scale advantage, a core factor that will help Tesla lower the final price while still maintaining a healthy profit margin. So, even though Tesla has not yet announced the official selling price, many industry experts predict the Semi Gen 2 could fall somewhere between $160,000 and $190,000, depending on the specific configuration and travel range. However, this version will undoubtedly be much more refined and production-ready than the current prototype. This expected price point not only reflects the upgrades in battery technology and aerodynamics, but also clearly demonstrates Tesla's ambition to commercialize its heavy-duty electric truck line, moving it from a limited production product to a more mainstream transportation platform. If the direction Dan Priestley hinted at holds true, the new generation Semi will not only be cheaper but also more efficient, both in the manufacturing and operational processes. However, Elon Musk stated that customers purchasing the Semi can customize the configuration based on their specific daily driving needs, which means customers could potentially buy a Semi for an even lower price for a shorter range version or something along those lines. But even if the Tesla Semi does not yet have a low initial purchase price, it still brings enormous savings when considering its significantly lower operating costs compared to diesel trucks. Okay, operating cost is always the key factor determining the success of any truck lineup. And this is precisely where the Tesla Semi truly shines against traditional diesel trucks. Although the initial purchase price of the Tesla Semi may be somewhat high, over its operational lifespan, it provides massive savings, enough to completely offset and far exceed the initial outlay. First, let's consider energy cost, the single largest component of truck operation. An average diesel truck consumes about 1 gallon of fuel every 6.5 miles. With diesel fuel prices in the US currently around $3.50 per gallon, the operating cost is equivalent to approximately 44 cents per mile. In stark contrast, the Tesla Semi only consumes 1.7 kilowatt-hours of electricity per mile. At the average commercial electricity price in California of approximately 18 cents per kilowatt-hour, the cost is only about 30 cents per mile, nearly 45% cheaper than a diesel truck. If an average truck drives 100,000 miles per year, the Tesla Semi would incur about $30,000 in electricity costs, while an equivalent diesel truck would require $54,000 for fuel. This $24,000 annual difference represents a huge financial advantage, and when multiplied over a 10-year lifespan, the total savings can easily reach $240,000, which is nearly the purchase price of the Tesla Semi itself. Beyond just fuel savings, the Semi also significantly reduces maintenance costs. Traditional diesel trucks have thousands of moving mechanical parts, internal combustion engines, transmissions, clutches, exhaust systems, turbochargers, and so on, all requiring periodic, expensive maintenance or replacement every few 100,000 kilometers. In contrast, the Tesla Semi utilizes an electric powertrain that is virtually maintenance-free with no oil changes, no spark plugs, no transmission fluid, and far fewer wear and tear parts. Tesla estimates the Semi's maintenance costs are approximately 60 to 70% lower than those of comparable diesel trucks. Furthermore, the regenerative braking system substantially minimizes brake pad wear, which is a considerable and frequent expense for heavy trucks that frequently descend hills or engage in continuous stop-and-go driving. Coupled with the ability to use electric motor braking, brake life can be extended 3 to 4 times longer than conventional diesel trucks. When considering the total cost of ownership (TCO), the Tesla Semi clearly excels. According to calculations by Tesla and its major customers like PepsiCo and Walmart, each Semi can save more than $200,000 to $250,000 over its lifespan compared to an equivalent diesel truck. Not to mention, if we factor in the immense benefits of reduced carbon emissions, with every 1 million gallons of diesel equivalent to 2,400 metric tons of carbon dioxide, the environmental and brand image benefits for businesses become even more apparent and valuable. The extensive overhaul of the Tesla Semi's design goes well beyond just optimizing aerodynamics and reducing production costs. It carries a deeper strategic goal: to prepare for the era of full self-driving FSD. According to Elon Musk, the Semi Gen 2 has been entirely redesigned to align with Tesla's latest FSD hardware architecture. This means that the entire system of cameras, sensors, radar, and processing modules can all be more seamlessly integrated, providing optimal viewing range and data processing capabilities for a heavy-duty truck. As Tesla is progressively standardizing the hardware platform across its entire vehicle lineup, from the Model 3 and Model Y to the Cybertruck, it is an inevitable and logical step for the Semi to catch up with that unified ecosystem. This will not only help reduce the cost of manufacturing separate, unique components, but also pave the way for Tesla to deploy FSD over-the-air software updates across the entire Semi fleet in the future. If Tesla's ultimate goal is to build an autonomous electric trucking fleet operating 24/7, then the Semi Gen 2 is the very first and most crucial cornerstone, a new, smarter design that is fully FSD ready. This is not just a technical improvement. It is a clear statement of Tesla's long-term vision for the global transportation industry. The U.S. road freight industry is truly the lifeblood of the economy, handling over 70% of the total volume of goods moved domestically. Nearly every single consumer product, from food and household goods to industrial components, must undergo at least one leg of its journey via truck before finally reaching the consumer. According to the American Trucking Association's ATA, the industry directly employs over 3.5 million truck drivers, and approximately 8 million jobs are directly related to freight transportation. However, behind these immense numbers lies a simmering crisis: a severe driver shortage that is actively putting the entire U.S. transportation system at risk of gridlock. This situation isn't entirely new, but in recent years, it has become more severe than ever before. The ATA estimates the U.S. is currently short about 80,000 truck drivers, a number that could shockingly exceed 160,000 by 2030 without strong, effective intervention measures. The reasons for this shortage stem from several sides. First is the harsh working conditions. The long-haul trucking profession is notorious for its extended working hours, sometimes requiring drivers to be on the road for 10 to 14 hours a day, forcing them to be away from their families for weeks, eating and sleeping in cramped cabins, and constantly dealing with intense delivery time pressure. This severe working environment, coupled with high stress and a high risk of accidents, causes many people to leave the profession after just a few years. Many people describe it as one of the most exhausting and lonely jobs in America. In particular, the full self-driving capability being actively developed by Tesla promises to be a major game changer. When FSD is activated, drivers can allow the truck to operate autonomously on the highway, significantly reducing stress and fatigue during those long multi-thousand-mile trips. This will not only greatly enhance safety, but also help improve the physical and mental well-being of drivers who are among the most highly stressed groups in the transportation industry today. What is the single feature you would most like to see added to the Semi Gen 2's cabin design? In your opinion, which is a bigger challenge for the trucking industry? The driver shortage or the high operating costs of current trucks? Drop a comment below if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to AutoFusion, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next update on Tesla's journey toward full autonomy. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay charged, stay curious,